game?
The mood is very good, Ivan. You know, the lads are really looking forward to it. We've, we kind of recovered from the disaster against Wexford, and we've got 2 good wins under our belt, so we're really looking forward to this big day against Laois today.
You've had just 7 days to prepare for this game, having beaten Tyrone last week. Has it been difficult to keep everybody focused?
Well, it has been, I suppose, in a way. I suppose we should have got a couple of weeks. And I think that was agreed last year that we would have 2 weeks of a break in all championship games, but I suppose this thing was rushed through. I mean, Meath are in a good position. It's 2 weeks since they played the last game. We had only 6 days to prepare for this, but we were very lucky that we didn't pick up any injuries last Sunday, and I suppose that was the most important thing of all.
Yeah. Great passion and skill. Again, it's going to be very hard to readjust within a week. I mean, so much happened last week, coming down after beating the All-Ireland champions and getting ready again for today's game against Meath. And again, home advantage, as we say, are an improving team. They had a facile win, the last day against Roscommon, but they're going to try and exploit the experience of Graham Geraghty and Joe Sheridan up
to 2 to Laois in the first half. Ready to start the 24th meeting of these teams. So far, Meath with 18 wins, never a draw between them. Laois with 5 victories. And straight away it is Brendan Quigley who tries to get Laois into the attack here with Gary Kavanagh, his captain. That's Bino MacDonald taking it in to try and make a better angle for himself. A number of Meath players after him. Finally it's Brian McCormack. Should have suited King. Good little block on it there. And there was a very long using the breeze. Great catch by Kevin Riley. Well, he's a Garda. Huge one down, knocked into space. Geraghty in his 51st match in the championship hits the post. Dear oh dear, what a let off for Laois, and Meath really out of luck.
Yeah, they'll be really disappointed with that. Again, a lovely flick from Joe Sheridan. Geraghty should have.
1993, then he was a right half back. He's corner forward or full forward today, and there he is coming crashing off the post. But it was a really good chance, and Meath should have got a goal here, at very worst a point. Finally fisted high and fisted over the bar. Barry Lynch, Peter Curran, who's taking it past Russ Monolly, taking on Porrick McMahon as well. Stopped in his tracks, but it comes to the left half, Seamus Kenny, across on the right, breezing in here, Martin Doran, and it's over the bar. Martin Doran from Qualifer, finishing the move here. Wonderful move by Meath. Really expressive play, great combined football. 40 of that victory. Now they've got to dig out something here. Totally different climatic conditions.
Actually, Laois were on a high after winning against Tyrone last weekend. Today they just may not have fully readjusted their sights on Meath, and Meath have taken advantage of that, come out of the blocks very quickly. Laois need this score to just settle themselves down.
And there was a ticking there for Queeveen King for that. So Chris Conway ready to hit this one, playing in his 27th championship match. One of the leading scorers in this Laois attack at present, just outside the 45-metre line. Catches it really well. Has he got it? He has! Great kick by Chris Conway. And that's a good start. So it's 2 points to 1 here. Great point by Chris Conway. Beautiful score.
Yeah, what was noted
here to Niall McLaughlin, getting a little bit of space. Again, he uses the fist well, picking out Graham Geraghty. Back there for Peter Curran once again, hitting it from the angle, but off cue and to the left. Niall McLaughlin, having switched across with Seamus Kenny from the beginning. Still they work there with Joe Sheridan from Central Staff.
Championship, they were very late to develop actually. It's only in the last game against Roscommon where they started to find their championship legs and play at the pace that you would expect of a team playing in championship.
Daithí Regan kicking with the left boot, and he has kicked it over the bar. So a pointed free. Get a jump on this one here. And the scrap in the end favouring Laois. They got the free kick. Chris Conway taking it quickly. Breaking forward here out of midfield is Brendan Quigley. Huge angle ball across over there. Picked up by Brian McCormack. Switch back here to Bino MacDonald. Great block down. Comes again there to Chris Conway on the left. Conway strikes and Conway puts it over the bar. That's a second for Chris Conway. He's calling for it inside. This is Mark Ward trying to press inside. Right on the end line, he's put it over the bar. From a club knows this ground really, really well. Mark Ward getting into position there, and that's just his second ever point in the championship. Sheridan taking Darren Rooney out there with him, trying to check inside here. Awkward angle, bouncing very uncomfortably for Fergal Byron, sun in his eyes. Noel Garvin. This is Brendan Quigley. They work it out methodically. Tom Kelly finally finding space. Lott's got to be a free from where the ball lands, and that's close enough to the 13-metre line, and the notebook out as well. And the referee, wonderful chance then for Russ Munnelly to kick over his first point, get a bit of confidence going. Scored just 1 point, but they were all very vital last week against Tyrone. The Arleys Kilcrews player won't mind the jeering and the booing. That's high, and it's accurately over. So Tickland taking it on. There's a great decisiveness about Meath's performance so far. This is Nigel Crawford, their captain, and Nigel Crawford has just kicked it inches to the right. Even though we were told he might play left half forward, he switched with Martin Doran. And again, Nigel Crawford losing possession. It falls there to Noel Garvin, almost dispossessed by Graham Geraghty. And they work it out of defence there, helped there by Aidan Fennelly and a few others. Now Tom Kelly. Oh, it's very intricate again. Maybe they're over-elaborating on occasions. Fennelly, outside here. MacDonald. Again, good support play this time from their... But he loves to move out there. He's fulfilling a role for the team because, in truth, there isn't a ready-made number 3 or full-back in. This is Quiveen King. Had played at centre-half-back earlier in the campaign. Worked out solidly as far as Charles McCarthy this time, the substitute. Fisted ahead here once again to Niall McLaughlin. He's making many forays forward. Peter Curran, a real hit and hope one, into the breeze. Great leap in the air initially by Aidan Fennelly, falls down to Joe Higgins. There's still a player on the ground, that was Graham Geraghty. Referee says, play away, lads. They do. They work it as far as Brendan Quigley. Gary Kavanagh now, the captain, holding it there. For last week's man of the match, Billy Sheehan. Sheehan holding it once again here. Brian McCormack, jersey pull, gets it on his left boot. That's looking good, and it's over the bar. It's the equaliser, and it's scored by Brian McCormack, the man they call Bruno. This was it again here. He's a very assured kicker from distance, as we saw last week in Portlaoise.
Yeah, and again we...
Don't let him in here. Kevin, right in his toe. Right on his toe.
Goalkeeper instructing his backs there. Just making sure it doesn't fall under the post. This is about 35 metres out. Breeze over his right shoulder. Good follow through, good accuracy. Another one for Chris Conway. And Laois lead for the first time.
Yeah, could I just comment for a moment on his style? He just seems to actually gain 3 or 4 metres every time he takes the place kick. What is a 35-metre place kick becomes a 30-metre place kick with the little shuffle that he has. And I'm surprised maybe Pat McEnany hasn't taken to task on that.
Here to the running Porrick McMahon. Good run forward here, good incision. What Meath were doing earlier, Laois now beginning to do. And what a good follow back there. Evan Riley. Oh, that's a foul. No question about it.
Of actually striking the ball here, and again he just, the leg is taken from underneath him.
With Niall McKay, tricky angle now. 20 metres out, but a bit longer from the post really because of the angle of approach. It hits the post, it comes down and it goes over the bar. Excellent free kick by Chris Conway, and that's 4 points for Conway, 3 of them from frees. Laois leads 6-4. Again. Holding it forward, going by Quiveen King with difficulty, kicked away by Anthony Moyles. Swept up again there by Noel Garvin. Still racing forward here with possibilities for Brian McCormack. Meath overcommitting players to the man in possession. There's an opportunity. That's Noel Garvin kicking in and kicking it just to the left and kicking it wide. Broken down inside there. One back once again there by the man in the full back line, Aidan Fennelly, out as far as Noel Garvin. Huge one down towards Billy Sheehan, broken away from him well, very smart defending. This is Mark Ward. He's added a lot to Meath midway through this first half, moving forward with purpose as per usual. Brendan Quigley still getting a little bit of space in which to manoeuvre. Bino takes a solo once and twice. Charles McCarthy after him, trying to measure it into the corner here, finding Brian McCormack, very much a left-footed kicker, playing it back to Chris Conway, giving good leadership. Look at all the number of challenges he's got to go around, however. Russ Monolly now. Again, they work it outside towards McCormack, and that ball finally ends up going to the left. Laois lead by 7 points to 4, and Russ Monolly, 2 kicks at the target, 2 scores so far.
Yeah, lovely incision again by Tom Kelly. Went through with power again. Monolly looping around behind him, took the ball in the front. The moment the ball left his foot, you know it was a score.
Charles McCarthy, Graham Geraghty anxious to take it. 51st championship match this afternoon. Some record, one of the greats of Meath football, former All-Ireland winning captain, of course, going by, showing leadership and kicking it over the bar. That's a good score by Graham Geraghty. So much to the team, he is part of the folklore around Navan. That's a wonderful score, 7-5.
Yeah, that was a life.
Lobbing it in, Joe Sheridan's in and around there, but he was going for the point. Taken by Fergal Byron. Good stuff by the goalkeeper. Good clearance to an unmarked Brian McCormack. Nice return there from Chris Conway. McCormack motoring, prepared to go long. Interesting the way Laois play it. It can be measured and intricate at the back, then they go long, find their men who can kick from distance, and nobody better than Bino. First point of the day for Brian McCormack. 8 points to 5, and the Laois fans have come here in huge numbers, really enjoying this, enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the football. Bino at his best.
Well, indeed, coaches.
3 in it. And Meath will have the win for the second 35 minutes. Worked cleverly out of defence again. Tom Kelly inevitably. Peter Curran going back, trying to close down his options. They work it out as far as Gary Kavanagh. Kavanagh, who does a lot of roaming. What a lovely long stride, but he lost his way. There was looking for a support player. Niall McCabe kept his eye on the ball. Here's Mark Ward. Peter Curran. Oh, this is a great run. Curran! Oh, he should have taken a goal, but maybe he's very content with his point. Great run by Peter Curran. Great football by both these teams this afternoon. Exhilarating football, really. Look at the pace, the penetration. I think he might well have been able to crack it into the back of the net. Ball. The final kick at the end of all of that by Brian McCormack, however, didn't quite coach. Into space, Joe Higgins taking it, the corner back. All the way down towards Russ Monolly. Rapidly transferred inside here to Brendan Quigley. Garvin, bad ball again. Kenny picks it up there. With every point they're going to be in front by at half-time, if that is to be the situation. Again, he's taking those extra couple of metres that Martin Carney was mentioning. Gets behind it, but not accurately. It drifts to the left, get more involved in the game. Bad ball from Sheridan. Easily swept up. And out again to Chris Conway. Russ Monolly. Quick look around to see where he's going to place this. Going around Graham Geraghty, having difficulty, picked up there by Billy Sheehan. Sheehan, industrious as ever, going by the challenge. 2 or 3 next challenges coming in, led by Mark Ward. Like a cat and mouse game. It's worked to Graham Geraghty. His team 2 points behind. He's left it behind, 45 metres out. Noel Garvin for Laois, finding Tom Kelly. Again, they work it ahead here with Paul MacDonald. MacDonald going into the top of the right position. Chris Conway trying to make a better angle. This will favour Brian McCormack, and that's over the bar. Getting it beautifully on the left boot. Picture in concentration. Fresh breeze behind him still, of course. That's over the bar. 5 points for Chris Conway. They may need them all. It's 10-6. Sailing over the bar beautifully that time off the boot of Conway. And it is Meath who started promisingly, but it's Laois who've come back very, very strongly. Chris Conway with 5 points. We saw Bina MacDonald get 1 as well. Anders up. Second half underway. So after all the good football, let's see how Laois now perform, playing from right to left. First ball here, won by Sheridan to Graham Geraghty, but it doesn't go over the bar. It's Brendan Quigley once again, foul line again to Gary Kavanagh. Kavanagh with Anthony Moyle stretching out the arm, and it's Kevin Riley once again who gets it away. Some of the fans didn't like the way the arm was used. It's Quiveen King, one of those yellow carded in the first half in what was really a very sporting first half. Huge long ball forward here into the inside forward line where they're trying to make some headway. Doran getting it back, kicked in there by Daithí Regan, and it's gone well to the left. It's one of the best efforts of Joe.
I think it's required.
Oh, poor shot selection there by Graham Geraghty. He had support players inside. This is Mark Ward taking it down but not holding it. Chris Conway instead for Laois. Well, they showed us their battling quality 7 days ago, and they're doing it again here. Billy Sheehan way back around the middle of the field as a third midfield player. Ross Munnelly feeding it to Noel Garvin. Not a good ball by getting after him. Once again Ross Munnelly, but McLaughlin kicks. It's a difficult one in there for Fergal Byron. Needed the support player. The support player is Darren Rooney, and they finally work it out to Paul MacDonald. That was a dangerous situation for Laois. Chris Conway, hair flowing in the breeze because the wind is into his face. Kicked down towards Kevin Riley, the fullback, trying to put him under pressure. Here he is, trying to break it, trying to put Fergal Byron's goal under some pressure. Tom Kelly works it out again. Darren Rooney now here. This is MacDonald. Chasing after him is Morteen Doran. Noel Garvin from St. Joseph's holding it up here. Oh, it all breaks down there. Plenty of support players like Daithí Regan in there. King again taking a return. 20 metres out, saved by Byron. Thought about the short pass, going long instead here to Joe Higgins. All of the attacks so far have been by Meath, but they failed to land a punch so far. Laois more measured. Porrick McMahon swinging it across. Curran points so far, looking for another, and that one has landed over the crossbar. Excellent kick off the right boot this time of Peter Curran. Something. McCarthy setting it up for McLaughlin. Into the corner it'll go again here. Still trying to work it in with Morteen Doran, and the referee that time sees that Morteen Doran fouls the ball, and it's going to be a first championship match. One of 3 Laois players to win All-Stars after winning Leinster for the first time some years ago. Easy for Meath to usual. Floating it in the breeze way up towards Sheridan. Breaks down from him. They work it forward with McLaughlin. Coming in here is Daithí Regan, again trying to get it onto the left. And while he was looking to put it on the left, spilled away from him, but Joe Sheridan has a chance. They get it forward to Moyles. Back towards Charles McCarthy. Big one in. Byron comes, gets a good fist to it. He was caught as well. Got it out. And in the end, Nigel Crawford in a hurry. Loads of time to go. In towards Joe Sheridan. Player who won a couple of colleges medals to him. Well, he might be inside waiting for it, but instead he is trying to initiate it here with Nigel Crawford around as well. And that has gone over the bar. Big, huge, thundering kick. Here it is. From a fair old distance out, Mark Ward was there, so was Crawford, and it's Ward who's got it, and that's his second point of the day. And he's going for it. He's really pumped up. It's a second for Graham Geraghty, and it's 10 points to 9. And the Royal fans believe that victory may be within their grasp, led by Graham Geraghty from distance. What a kick, what a score.
Yeah, what a catch in the first.
Meath have got the first 3 points of the second half. Brian McCormack's got a chance for Laois, and he's kicked it left. And over is Chris Conway. Cracking match at Port Talton in Navan. Worked out here to Brendan Quigley from Timahoe. Losing his way momentarily. Flicked to space, Garvin given a little chance of getting it. Seized on by Queeveen King, and Geraghty has it. He's tormenting Aidan Fennelly, and Darren Rooney connects as well.
That mean juggernaut get a run at you, then you're in trouble.
Who's going to win this kick out? It's Meath again. Nigel Crawford now. Feeding it outside. Charles McCarthy holding it there for Ray McGee, keeping it away from Paul MacDonald, fancying his chances. Well, I suppose if you've been waiting on the bench for the best part of 45 to 50 minutes for your chance, taking it to the wings and keeping it out of the centre, he's done that. Let's see if Laois can manage to try and win it in that particular flank. They've held it on this occasion. Brendan Crust, an inspiring runs through the centre in the second half. Maybe Joe Higgins will lift them. It's still 10-all. It's still there to be played. Still a match to be won here. Billy Sheehan being told, you take it on. Trying to go by the cover of Peter Curran. Worked into the corner to Bino MacDonald. Angle awkward. Noel Garvin now. Looking for a player to offload it to. Tom Kelly was making himself available. Bino MacDonald likewise in the corner here. Meath players sucked into that side to try and defend. Garvin still going nowhere. Meath's defensive tactics brilliant. Brilliant to McCaig's run. Now Moyles again going long. Sheridan picking it in this time. Good run ahead. There's a goal chance possibly. It's McGee, and it's quickly closed down. Angle was awkward. For a moment he might have been in. Outside once again towards Peter Curran. Across the face of goal. Moyles way up there, looking for his second goal in this year's championship. Good shoulder coming in. Final effort this by Martin Doran, and it's over the bar, and 9 points to 10.
They may have been hard work again. Moyles trying to attack that time. So many players, Peter Curran involved in it, and Doran finished it off, but there's certainly a
chance now for Laois, who will hope that Meath will burn themselves out maybe in the opening 20 minutes of the second half. And there's a chance for Laois with Russ Munnelly. Goal chance! What a cracker by Russ Munnelly! Brilliant goal by Russ Munnelly. His third ever goal in championship football arrives in the 56th minute. After all of the attacking by Meath, a Laois attack down the field. A lovely little tip on here into the path of Russ Munnelly. Clinical finishing, great goal.
Yeah, and just if you just looked at Anthony Boyd's positioning and all of that, he's got so sucked into the attack mentality of the Meath team at the moment. He was away up on the half-forward line that time. So when the ball came down, there was nobody in the centre half-back position. A wonderful piece of instinctive play by Billy Sheehan to flick on the ball simply, and Ross Munnelly did the rest. A fabulous clinical finish off the underneath of the crossbar into the roof of the net.
Again towards Brian McCormack. I think he's the one who got the tip on. Munnelly trying to get there, but it's back defending. Mark Ward. How will it go? Quite a match. Runs away there from Niall McLaughlin. Bino has it. Hands and knees job. They work it with MacDonald. Bino again. Fed in beautifully here into the substitute. Ian Fitzgerald, former captain of course. Billy Sheehan near the end line. And that's going to be a great performance by both teams. Russ Munnelly ready to kick this one. He's hit it accurately and it's over. That's a goal and 3 now for Russ Munnelly from 4 shots at the target. And there's a goal.
20 minutes or so of the half, and all of a sudden that spark of inspiration, that clinical finish by Russ Munnelly, and now the cards are falling differently.
Opportunity. McLaughlin there with Graham Geraghty. Aidan Fennelly getting very up close and personal. They're having quite a little bit longer from the goal because of the angle. He's got 3 so far. He's got another, and they eat into the Laois lead. Looking good. Ray McGee taking on Paul MacDonald, tracking him with the left. It's out. Oh, it's gone wide. Refusing to lie down. Nigel Crawford. They've had the better of it in the second half, but that goal may have killed their chances, but you never know. Brendan Quigley fouled. Chris Conway taking the free kick, picking out the goals. Looking ahead, trying to find Bino. Quick transfer back to Fitzgerald. That's good link play by the two approach players. And look at Russ Monaghan coming in again. Monaghan has got another. 2 on the day for Russ Monaghan. 4 in his championship career. In the 63rd minute, some 7 minutes after his first goal, Bino MacDonald, Fitzgerald, in as far as Monaghan and in beyond Brendan Murphy. Great combined play. Those are killer blows for Meath. 2 goals by Russ Monaghan to 11 to 12.
And such a contrasting goal that time. Just slipped the ball underneath the goalkeeper. Just the last time it was often underneath the bar. That time just on the ground. What meant for his role in it.
And that ball has been kicked wide. Barrel was involved, so was Bino, but the man who will take all of the glory is the scorer, Russ Monaghan. 2 goals this afternoon in the Skley. They work it in here as far as Stephen McGowan. Back here towards Ollie Murphy. Little block on it, still comes good. Queeveen King up there, started the day at corner back. And Laois win it back. Play it around confidently among one another. For you of contrasting styles and contrasting fortunes. Again worked in there towards MacDonald. Bino dragged around by Kevin Riley, free in, and Meath have gone ragged. Hard to blame them. This is a very tight angle, extremely acute. It was a very difficult one and it came off the post. And Anthony Moyles has it back. Bino MacDonald, they failed to do that. Ian Fitzgerald bustling forward. Again, losing it, but there's a support player. It's Brian McCormack. Back to Bino MacDonald. Well. Can he rescue the Royals yet? Support player Ollie Murphy back towards Geraghty, trying to work his way in, looking for something, trying to stay in the championship. And Laois have got themselves a free kick. It's off. But then in the 56th minute, Russ Monaghan pounced and repeated the feat 7 minutes later. Suited a right-footed kicker and he has such confidence, arm raised in the air. Now Laois would look to be home and dry at this stage, leading by 12 to 12 points, and he's kicked 6 out of 7 attempts at the target. Sodby will be there for that. Russ Monaghan kicking and putting it over the bar. It's another. Russ, the darling of the Laois fans, puts over another.
Great work of the last 10 or 15 minutes with a score like that. And again, it's hard luck really on Meath. They've played so well. They've given
late opportunity here. Stephen Bray runs away there towards Ollie Murphy. He's been told by his manager, kick it for a point. It might end up on the net. It's ended up over the bar. Fisted over the bar eventually. And that is it. A wonderful performance by Laois, and in particular by Russ Monaghan, who finishes with 2 goals and 4 points. They were leading at the break by 10 points to 6. And then full credit to me, they came back strongly and drew and went ahead.
The shot build up here, but eventually they do kick it long. And in fairness, it was well read. Brian McCormack here flicks it on beautifully to Russ Monaghan, and it was a beautiful finish. I mean, the goalie made himself as big as he possibly could there, soccer style goalie in fairness to him. But it was a great finish. He picked a spot and put plenty of power into it.
He was the man, Tony, that you'd want to have in the ball in a situation like that, wasn't he?
Oh, fantastic! Yeah. He really made all the difference in the second half, scoring 2-4, 2 goals, 2 points, and 2 points from frees. And he took all the right decisions. And Bino MacDonald as well was a good foil for him inside, giving the ball in. Here we have again one-on-one with the keeper. Really, that is poor enough defending from Meath point of view. But what a finish! You can see he does everything right, gets the ball, takes his steps, hops the ball in low. Perfect finish, absolutely perfect.